So it's almost like the perfect storm to be like, oh, Suge's here now, and it's time, yeah, it's happening. And I'm like, I'm here for, Tyson knows what I'm here for. I'm here for Lawrence. Tyson was in the gym with us, but I didn't train Tyson. We didn't do pads. We didn't do anything like with Usyk or, I'm training Lawrence.
What is good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MK Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Always remember, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put down also you get notified of all latest content as and when it drops on the channel. So, got a bit of sad news once again regarding Tyson Fury Alexander Usyk, and that is the fact that Tyson Fury's own trainer, Sugar Hill, kind of put the nail in the coffin for Tyson Fury and for his credibility, because late last night I watched an interview, IFL TV, and they interviewed Javon Sugar Hill and asked him what he thought about this collapse of Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk and the negotiations. And Javon Sugar Hill pretty much took away the credibility from Tyson Fury, because he was just very honest in what he said. And he, they said, oh, surely you want to get the fight on and blah, blah, blah. He said, yeah, I want him to fight the best. But he also went on to say that, look, I haven't done any training with Tyson Fury lately. I've done nothing with him at all. I've done no training with him with regards to his preparation for Alexander Usyk. So that kind of puts, that kind of contradicts what Tyson Fury himself had been saying. He said, I don't know, about a week back that, oh, I'm on the social media blackout. Someone's going to be running my Instagram. Someone's going to be running this and that social media account. But I'm on a blackout now. I'm concentrating on Usyk. But then Javon Sugar Hill, as I said yesterday, he just admitted flat out that, look, I am not here to train Tyson Fury. I've done no work with Tyson Fury to train for Alexander Usyk. I am here for Lawrence Okolie. He also went on to say that he wants Tyson Fury to fight the very best, but he also said that he's just like us, he's just like the general public. He doesn't even know when the fight between Usyk and Fury will happen. He just flat out admitted he's not training Tyson Fury at the moment. He only came here to use Tyson Fury's gym in order to train Lawrence Okolie. That's what his focus is on at the moment, because Lawrence Okolie is fighting this Saturday. He also stated that he's going to be leaving on next week, Tuesday, which is going to be the 28th of March. So all of this talk by Tyson Fury, these negotiations, this talk of being a fighting man, this talk of the media blackout and he's going to do this, he's going to do that, all of this talk about with Joseph Parker and his little cheerleaders in the background is a load of absolute rubbish, because his own coach, you watch that interview, it's only 3 minutes long on IFL TV, and his own coach doesn't have a clue what's going on. His own coach has not been working with him in terms of tactics for the fight. He ain't done a session with him at all on this Alexander Usyk fight. So at this point, the whole thing, all this talk of Tyson Fury, all this calling Usyk a rabbit and this and that, and all these little names he's been giving him, it's all a load of rubbish. The whole thing, this whole Tyson Fury hype train at the moment seems like a farce. It seems like a joke to me, because from the time you're telling me you're preparing for a fight and your own coach don't know what's going on, your own coach ain't even training you, it shows me that you ain't serious. You don't mean what you say. And, it further shows proof that Tyson Fury, to me at least, had no intention of taking Alexander Usyk on. And, judging by his actions and moving the goalposts and making these stupid demands, and his trainer, the main trainer that they sing his praises, all great Sugar Hill, he's out of the loop. He don't know what's going on. He don't even know when the fight's going to happen or if it's going to happen. Fury's actions, to me, they're inexcusable and they're indefensible. You can't defend him anymore. Even his diehard fans who, if he said, oh, Usyk's got to take 5%, even those sorts of people who believe everything Tyson Fury says, at the end of the day, you can't defend him now, because he's, his own trainer even admitted he's not preparing him for that fight. And earlier today, of course, Fury released one of his other silly videos where he's ranting and raving and swearing and saying that Usyk could never stand in the ring with him, and this proves that Usyk could never stand, and blah blah blah. But I think that video even is a bit of damage control. But I think anyone who's objective, anyone who knows the facts of this situation, cannot side with Tyson Fury. You can't defend him. I mean, you got to think about it. Many guys have put this post up from 2022 of the original time when I think it was just after Alexander Usyk had beaten Anthony Joshua for the second time. And at those times, Frank Warren and all of Fury's team, what they were talking about then was doing the fight Super Bowl weekend, and it was to happen in Saudi Arabia. And the deal originally that Team Fury was talking about was 50-50 split down the middle. That's what they were talking about originally when we're dealing with this fight. So after AJ Usyk too, Fury was talking about 50-50 down the middle. That's what their team was proposing. That's what it was about. And when it came to the Saudi deal, as we know, Alexander Usyk is the one who agreed. Yes, he's happy with the terms to fight in Saudi Arabia. And Tyson Fury is the one that said, nah, this deal's not good enough for me. And the silly thing about that is that had they fought in Saudi Arabia, had Fury agreed, he'd get a lot more money than what he would even with this ridiculous 70-30 split that he was trying to get at Wembley. So he scuppered the money for Usyk. The fact that he turned down that deal and said it's not good enough for him meant that not only he was getting less money, but Usyk would be getting less money. So he messed up that Saudi deal and messed up a lot of money for Alexander Usyk. And a lot of people don't take that into consideration. But think about it. Usyk had the time to make a load of money in Saudi Arabia, more money than he's going to make anywhere else. And because he agreed and Tyson Fury didn't agree, that scuppered that money. So, when it came to negotiations for Wembley, we really got to take our hats off to Alexander Usyk, because at the end of the day, you got to remember, okay, Tyson Fury is the bigger commercial draw, but at the same time, Tyson Fury is the same one that messed up all that Saudi money. He's the same one that messed up that massive purse that you're not going to get elsewhere. So for Usyk to be even bowing and doing a 70-30 deal is a big thing, because at the end of the day, he could have turned around and said, yo, this guy messed up my money in Saudi. I don't want to deal with this guy no more. But because he cares about Undisputed and he wants to do that, that's why he sort of bowed the knee to, and he gave in to some of these Tyson Fury demands. And you look at this situation objectively, Usyk is the one that was making concessions. Every time Tyson Fury moved the goalpost, Usyk was making concessions. Originally 50-50, Tyson's like, nah, you're not getting 50-50. Usyk said, okay. Usyk said, okay, what about 60-40 to the winner if you're confident of winning? Fury said, no, you can't offer me a deal. You're gonna just get 70-30, and you do that, or I'm gonna take away 1% each day that you don't do it. Usyk said, okay, you donate 1 million to the Ukraine, I'll take your percentage, blah blah blah. Then Tyson Fury is talking about a rematch clause, which is another stupid thing, because at the end of the day, it was his team. And Frank Warren admitted this on TalkSport, that it was originally their side, Team Fury, that originally asked for the rematch clause. So it wasn't Usyk's side that asked for the rematch clause originally, it was Tyson Fury's side. So for him to just come and say, this rematch clause, let's get rid of it. No. You're the one who originally requested it. So don't, it's hypocritical of you now to go on and act like someone else. No, but it's your team. It was Team Fury that requested it. So it was kind of crazy how he came out and acted like, it was Usyk's team, so now let's get rid of it. And at the end of the day, Usyk made so many concessions. Why should he? And I'm thinking to myself throughout this whole situation that why was Tyson Fury so worried and concerned about the rematch clause and giving Usyk a favourable split if he loses, you know, when he goes on like he's no man can beat him, no man born from his mother can beat him, he's invincible, he can't be beaten, he could go to any era and be successful and remain undefeated. If he really is this generational talent, if he really is this all-time great that he says he is, and if he really is that confident, then the rematch clause shouldn't even matter, because you're gonna punch straight through the middleweight, as you've been saying. You're gonna do this wonderful performance where you're gonna take Usyk out, and there's gonna be no need for the judge. You're gonna knock him spark out. If that's the case, then why are you even worried about a rematch clause? You know, to me, that just doesn't make any sense. Because for me, if I'm a confident fighter, I'm going in against this guy, I'm getting a massive split in my favor, 70-30, and I'm so sure I'm going to beat him, why would I be worried about what happens in a rematch if I lose? You know, if you're that confident, you don't worry about no rematch, because there won't be a need for a rematch, because you're going to destroy the guy. At least that's what Fury's telling us. But it comes, you know, the way he behaved was as if that's not really what he believed. And at the end of the day, this is not only a bad look for Tyson Fury, this makes him look like a ducker. And to me, he did duck the fight because he made these ridiculous demands. But not only is it a bad look for him, not only did he duck Alexander Usyk, but and more importantly, this is a bad look for boxing, because it's been 20 years plus. You know, Lennox Lewis, he was the last person, I believe, in 1999 who was actually an undisputed champion. And since Lennox Lewis, it's all been fractured. We had the Klitschko era where one brother held some of the belts, the other, you know, Vladimir held some and Vitaly held the others. But we've never really had, in a 4-belt era, an undisputed heavyweight champion. We ain't had that yet. So the fact that Fury ducked this fight is not only bad look for him, but it's a bad look for boxing. And I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed about this, and I think it really is disgraceful, because you call yourself a fighting man, you know, a man of the people, and you want to do this for the public, you want to fight for free and all this nonsense. But then when it comes down to fighting a guy that can actually beat you, a guy that's actually a real challenge, you know, an undisputed title fight, you swallow it, you duck. And to me, that's a black eye for boxing, and definitely a bad look for Tyson Fury. It's a shame, because for me, in my opinion at least, I had Tyson Fury favorite to win this fight. But by the way he's going on, it seems that he doesn't believe that to be the case. So anyway, let me know your thoughts about this situation. Sugar Hill exposes Tyson Fury. You know, he's not over here to train him. And till next time, it's MKO Pugilism, over and out.